Buddy of mine bought this thing about 8 months ago, and he has been on me big time about making a video with it. Of course, when he first got it, it was during hunting season, and he says, man, you absolutely need to take this thing. I've seen a bunch of great reviews on it. It'll probably make a great video for your channel. Well, I was just a little bit busy, and, you know, it was hunting season too, so I was spending my time doing a whole lot of chasing deer. So fast forward to now, this is the end of June, so several months later, he's singing a different tune, and he says, hey, you absolutely need to get this thing and make a video of it. I am ready to send it down the road. Wait a minute. Hang on. I thought this thing was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, he says, nope, I don't like it no more. I'm going to trade it off. So me being an opportunistic person, I thought to myself, well, I might be able to trade into this thing, and this is an opportunity to free test drive. So I'm going to start this off with a positive. He and I were both in agreement with the trigger. The trigger is actually really good. It is just very crisp. And it's real easy to ride when you're riding that reset. Excellent trigger. But then again, there's a negative. This is meant to be a trainer for the larger size pistols, and it doesn't have a double action. So there's a negative. Now his next negative was accuracy. He said, man, he said, you can grab that barrel and throw it around like it's a shifter in a manual transmission vehicle. Yeah, agreed. It wibble wobbles all over the place. There is no lockup. I mean, it just wiggly everywhere. Now his next complaint were these plastic optics mount. For those of you that don't know, there's a plastic optics mount right here underneath the optic. Now he has changed the optic, and this is why. He had the Sig Romeo. So with the Sig Romeo having a bottom mount battery, the springs that keep tension on the battery, with this plastic, he couldn't keep it torqued down enough. So he was constantly, as he would shoot, the battery would just drop out and not make contact. He'd have to bump it and go back to shooting. So he ditched that, and he went with a sight mark. And of course, the sight mark has the battery in the top. So this worked. It stayed on for my testing. It stayed on for him. Now, as for the magazines, we've got a 10-rounder and an extended 15-rounder. Now, the magazines work. They feel really solid. They're very well engineered, I think. Now, the only negative that I have on the magazines is to get that last round in, this extension here, you kind of have to go a little bit subterranean with your assist there, being the assist right here. You have to go a little bit subterranean with that, but other than that, they work and work great. Now, he said that the Taurus TX22, in his opinion, is an all-around better gun. Of course, I've got a TX22, so I decided to go ahead and take it and pit them head-to-head. I grabbed one of those big bricks of the Shoot 'em CCI. I bought a whole bunch of those bricks a few years ago, and I've been sitting pretty good on some CCI Mini-Mag. So now the first thing that I noticed is when I started running them. The TX22, the slide on it is actually really snappy. So when you let it loose, I mean, it slams forward. This one right here, if you are, well, I guess I'm used to being able to just jump up on your slide release and let it go. Now, if you get on that slide release and actually your thumb offers just enough friction, you see how slow that was? So you kind of have to you tiptoe, I guess you'd say. You have to tiptoe on it to get that thing to slap forward. Because if you get fat-fingered, it slows it down, and it just doesn't, I don't know if it's portraying it on camera or not, but you can feel it in the hand. The TX22 feels so much better. Next test was grouping. I set up a target at 10 yards. The TX22 are the top 3 targets, and the FN502 are the bottom 3 targets. And now the FN502 does have a red dot on it. I decided to keep it an even playing field, and I turned the red dot off for the group. I went ahead and started using the irons. Now, if you'll notice on that second target, I had a keyhole. Dadgummit, I'm taking my freaking suppressor off. I am not wanting a baffle strike. I wouldn't have a baffle strike with your Whisper Pickle, let alone mine. But I do feel the Taurus TX22 is a more accurate pistol. And ever so appropriately that David had chosen to put the sight mark on his FN502, Sightmark actually reached out and they said, hey, we'll offer your viewers a 10% discount. So if you go directly to Sightmark, code PATRMG, and it'll save you 10% off. And they also sent out an optic for me to try out. They sent out the Ultra Shot M-Spec series. This is an LQD reflex sight. The patented design with a full magnesium body with an integrated sunshade. It offers a wide field of view for fast target acquisition. a low profile locking quick detach Picatinny mount, parallax-free dual lens system with an advanced lens coating, 12-hour auto shutoff with low battery indication. It offers 10 reticle brightness levels with night vision capability, and it is motion sensing on-off activation for up to 2,000 hours battery life. So yes, this thing is shake awake. That is a question that has been fielded many times. And this reticle is actually a lot cleaner than the Vortex UH1 Gen 2 that I tested in the past. So what is my verdict on the test drive? Well, I don't like it enough to try to trade him out of it. Like I said earlier, I'm a little bit opportunistic, and sometimes I think I've got an opportunity to snipe something really cheap. Now, I've got rimfire suppressor hosts that work far better than this. I mean, it's an attractive looking gun. This FDE with that slide, I mean, it really is an attractive looking gun, but I don't feel like they've got all their homework done on it. This thing, it could be a real winner with a little bit more work. But they have done a lot of cool things with it. It's got true ambi slide releases. You got true ambi safeties, ambi mag release. I mean, this thing is full ambi. They really threw a lot of features into this little 22 pistol. The FDE and that slide, I mean, it looks great. The thing has the looks of a daggum race car, but quite frankly, it performs like a Pinto. So now, if you have a 502 and you feel like I'm wrong, make sure to let me know in the comment section. But for two people to find the same faults in the same gun and come to a complete agreement, I think we're pretty right on this one. And do understand that this is not a hit piece from Taurus. I bought that TX22 with my own money over 2 years ago. Taurus doesn't even know who I am. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time. I love you.